I know you were mostly supporting Alex, but I have to say it is great to be on a crowded court. I've played this tournament for many years, and to see the stadium full, it means a lot. And also, like to thank Alex for bringing a new demographic to the sport. I really appreciate
Dubai 2026 quarterfinals. Eala beats Gauff and walks into the semifinals without flinching. Tennis Twitter calls it an upset, but anyone tracking Ayala since her Miami run, where she dismantled Swiatek, Keys, and Ostapenko back-to-back as a wild card, already knew this girl does not get rattled by big names. She proved that long before Dubai ever happened. Here is the detail getting buried under every highlight reel, and this is the part that genuinely shocks everyone. Fewer than 9 months before that Dubai quarterfinal, Eala, a 19-year-old ranked number 70, fresh off the most electric wildcard performance in Miami Open history, was asking Coco Gauff to be her doubles partner over Instagram DM, not through an agent. She didn't go through coaches or work any professional channel that the tennis circuit typically runs on. Just a direct message to a Grand Slam champion she had met exactly once. A single forgettable hi in a Madrid quarter weeks earlier.
I'm really happy to advance to the next round. Obviously, it's not in the way I wanted it to end. Trying to recall, I think he like, I forgot, but he told me something, and then I told him, I was like, I'm trying, you know? Yeah, but I think, yeah, like I said, I think at the end of the day, I definitely could have performed better today.
Gauff, world number 3. US Open champion, 9 career doubles titles, said yes almost instantly, and what came next left the tennis world speechless. Subscribe right now. You need to see every layer of this story. Here is the full breakdown to understand why Eala asking Coco Gauff to be her doubles partner shocked everyone the way it did. You first need to understand the specific moment in tennis history this happened in. May 2025, the Italian Open in Rome. Alex Ayala had just come off arguably the most jaw-dropping wildcard run the WTA had seen in years. At the Miami Open weeks earlier, she walked into the draw-ranked number 140, received a wildcard entry, and proceeded to do something that had never been done before in professional tennis.
Filipino tennis ace Alex Ayala has officially broken into the WTA top 40. Alex Ayala is set to compete in the singles and doubles events.
With energy like that, you don't get tired, so it was good.
And Alex, so good to have you out here for the first time. How special was that?
Having too much crowd on this or any other tennis tournament is a very good problem to have.
She beat Jelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and Iga Swiatek, 3 former major champions, in consecutive matches, all in straight sets. No wildcard had ever beaten 3 former major champions in straight sets at a single WTA event. Not once in the history of the Tour. That Miami run did not just turn heads, it completely changed the conversation around Eala. Overnight, she became the most discussed player on the planet. Crowds flooded her matches everywhere she traveled. Filipino fans turned up in numbers that tournament organizers genuinely were not prepared for. And through all of it, the noise, the pressure, the cameras following her every movement, Eala stayed composed, focused, almost eerily calm for someone who had just rewritten WTA history at 19 years old. So by the time the Italian Open came around, Eala was not an unknown quantity sliding into a famous player's messages, hoping for a lucky break. She was someone who had already proven she belonged at the highest level. She just needed a doubles partner for Rome, and she had a very specific person in mind.
Star Alex Ayala advances to the Dubai WTA 1000 quarterfinals. Sheila Salaysay has that story.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to come on here and thank every single one of you for your support, taking the time and effort out of your day to be there and cheer me on with the other girls. It means so much, especially at this time of the year. I couldn't thank you more, and I had such a fun time playing here.
Here is where the story takes the turn that nobody saw coming. Ayala wanted Coco Gauff, world number 3, US Open champion, a player with 9 career doubles titles including the 2024 French Open alongside Katarzyna Siniakova, a former doubles finalist at the very tournament they were about to play, the Italian Open in Rome. By any measure, Gauff was one of the most decorated active doubles players on the tour, and Ayala had met her exactly once. A brief, almost accidental high exchanged at the Madrid Open in late April 2025, where Gauff reached the final and Ayala was eliminated in the first round by Swiatek. That was the full extent of their relationship. One word, one corridor, one passing moment that neither of them would have remembered if things had gone differently. Most players in Ayala's position would have found someone closer to their ranking, someone they actually knew, someone their management already had a relationship with. Ayala bypassed all of that entirely and sent Gauff a direct message on Instagram. Gauff's response when asked about it afterward was the moment that confirmed just how shocking the whole thing was, even to her. She slid in my DMs and asked me to play, and I was like, sure, why not?
For the third straight year, Coco Gauff has been dumped out of the Doha 1000 tournament in straight sets, prompting many Coco fans to say their fave should have skipped the Middle East swing altogether.
That quote tells you everything. There was no build-up, no formal arrangement, no groundwork laid beforehand, just a DM and an immediate yes from the world number 3. When pressed on why she agreed so quickly to someone she barely knew, Gauff pointed to Ayala's junior record. She's such a nice person, and obviously, she's a killer in doubles. 2 junior Grand Slam titles, and probably future ones too. So while their personal relationship was essentially non-existent, Gauff respected Ayala's doubles pedigree enough to commit without hesitation. That respect would turn out to be completely justified once they actually started playing together. They entered the Italian Open doubles draw as a wildcard pair, which, given Gauff's status, raised a few eyebrows on its own. And then they went out and made the draw look foolish for not seeding them. Round of 32, they beat Alexandra Panova and Fanny Stolar 6-1, 6-3. Clean, dominant, no dropped momentum. Round of 16, they eliminated Yulia Putintseva and Leylah Fernandez, another straight set win. Quarterfinals, they faced Lisa Pagotto and Tyra Katarina Grant, the Italian pairing that the home crowd was firmly behind. Ayala and Gauff took it 6-2, 6-3 in just 66 minutes. 3 matches, 3 straight set wins. A wild-card pair that had never shared a court before Rome was now deep into the draw of a WTA 1000 event. But here's the detail that makes this run even more fascinating. It was not the experienced Grand Slam champion carrying the partnership. By Gauff's own admission, Ayala was the better doubles player throughout their time together in Rome. Gauff had scaled back her doubles schedule significantly. She hadn't played with longtime partner Jessica Pegula since the 2024 Paris Olympics and was rotating casually with different partners. The rust showed.
Give credit to Cocheretto though, she played some good tennis in this match, especially in that 32-shot rally at 3-all in the opening set. But there's just no denying that Coco was off her game big time in this match. This is the type of match you would expect her to scrap through maybe like a tough first set before moving through ultimately in straight sets.
I told her sometimes I forget how to play because sometimes it's been a while, Gauff said after their quarterfinal win. Doubles you definitely forget. She went further. Sometimes I told her I am like a deer on ice at the net. That's what I feel like. Many times I have apologized to her, but she is quick and fast, so she is there to cover for me. And on Ayala's individual contribution, in our match yesterday, she definitely got MVP for that. I was just kind of there. Read that again.
Coco, that was clinical from start to finish. I know you weren't quite pleased with your level yesterday. I'm sure you feel differently about it today.
Yeah, it was a bit better today. I could have served a little bit better, but I made it in when it mattered. And yeah, Alex is a tough competitor. And even when I was up, I knew that she can come back at any given moment. I've seen her do it before. So yeah, thank you guys for coming out here. And I know you're mostly supportive.
The world number 3, a 9-time doubles title winner, was handing the MVP award to the 19-year-old who had sent her a DM weeks earlier. The girl who shocked everyone by asking Coco Gauff to be her doubles partner had shown up in Rome and outperformed the very player she asked. Their run ended against Sara Errani and Jasmine Paolini in the final round they played. The number 3 seeds and defending champions at the tournament, who went on to win the title, losing to the eventual champions as a wildcard pair that had never played together before. Rome is not a result that demands any apology. Beyond the matches and the results, something more significant was developing between these two players during their time together in Rome. Eala at this point was carrying an enormous amount of public attention. The Miami run had made her a global name almost overnight, and the Italian Open was drawing more cameras, more journalists, and more external noise than she had ever dealt with before. Reporters were asking Gauff directly, "How does Eala remind you of yourself at that age?" Gauff's response was telling. "She seems to be handling it super well. She seems chill. She seems like she's working hard, so I don't have any advice for her just because she seems relaxed." But Gauff did share one thing with her. "The only thing I did tell her was that doubles helped me a lot in that space, having some time on court where it's a little less stressful. So I encouraged her to play when she could." Think about the layers in that exchange. Eala sent the DM looking for a doubles partner. What she got was validation from one of the sport's biggest names that the decision to play doubles at that specific moment in her career, under that specific weight of attention.
Like to thank Alex for bringing a new demographic to the sport. I really appreciate. I think it's great. I know sometimes it's tough when you're playing against a home crowd, but I think that it's great for the sport. So keep being enthusiastic and keep rooting for your player. Yeah.
Was exactly the right call. Gauff had lived through the same spotlight at a young age and understood what it demanded. She was essentially telling Eala that the ask she made, the one that shocked everyone, was actually the smartest move she could have made. The doubles partnership ended when the Italian Open did, but the relationship between Eala and Gauff did not. When Eala won gold at the 2025 SEA Games in Thailand, her first SEA Games gold medal in women's singles, Gauff commented directly on Eala's Instagram post celebrating the achievement. The post itself received over 200,000 likes and drew reactions from across the WTA. Gauff was among the first to respond. A small gesture, but one that confirmed the Rome experience had built something genuine between them. And then came Dubai, 2026, the quarterfinals. The same two players, this time on opposite sides of the net in singles. Gauff had barely survived to reach that stage, 16 double faults, 43% first serve percentage, 3 match points saved against Elise Mertens in the previous round. Ayala arrived at the same quarterfinal, having beaten Sorana Cirstea 7-6, 6-4 without drama. Ayala won. The girl who had shocked everyone by asking Coco Gauff to be her doubles partner in Rome walked off a Dubai court having beaten that same Coco Gauff in a singles quarterfinal. The doubles partner became the rival. The DM sender became the match winner. That is not a coincidence or a narrative convenience. It is the straight line that runs from one Instagram message in May 2025 to a quarterfinal result in February 2026. Ayala identified what she wanted, went after it without hesitation, built a relationship through it, and then beat the person she built it with on the biggest stage available to her. That is who Alexandra Ayala is, and if you did not see it coming, you are not alone. You're a tennis fan. You already know this is the channel to be on. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown like this one. And drop your answer in the comments. Was Ayala sliding into Gauff's DMs the boldest move of 2025? Or is this just what the next generation looks like? We read every single one.